Hi, I'm Barbara Chirito, medical intuitive and advanced clinical hypnosis counselor at Rise Hypnosis Center. So this is another installment of my vlog on medical intuitive sessions and experiences. And without a doubt, this was the most life-changing session I had ever had up to this point. So I was working with someone that I know, and I know well, I've known for years. Normally I don't do that. I don't like to work with people that I know because it's hard for me to distinguish if the information that's coming through is purely intuitive or is it something I'm thinking because I know this, well, maybe that, and so it's my preference not to, but it happened to be his birthday. So I just assumed he was treating himself for his birthday. So I explained how the session went, what I would be doing. I'd be asking permission every step of the way before I did anything. And he agreed, he was comfortable with that. So I always start by asking my divine and sacred guides to create a sacred circle around us. And I did that. And then from there, I always start in the auric field. So that energy field that everyone has around their body. And I normally start at the top and I slowly work my way down the sides and then I work my way down the front and then down the back. So this time, immediately, I saw this dark gray, almost black looking density, like over the back, if your head was square, of that back right corner. And I asked my guides what they were showing me because I didn't have a good feeling about it at all. And they told me that he was transcending. And so it was very difficult for me to share that information with him. It's someone that I care very deeply about, and it saddened me. But I promised him that I would tell him everything that came through. So I told him, and he became very emotional. And he said, I know. And very often in sessions, people know when you share information. They know what you're talking about. Even if it sounds really strange, they actually know. So we talked about that a little bit. And he calmed down. I calmed down. I became very emotional. And I continued with the session. And immediately behind him, like way, way back behind him, was the most amazing colors. It was like a starburst, and I was seeing orange and red and yellow and pink. I mean, it was just amazing. So I shared that with him, and then I asked my divine and sacred guides, what are you showing me? What does this mean? And they told me that he is surrounded all the time with angels and spirit guides. Well, I knew that already because I know him well, and he is a beautiful, beautiful spiritual human being. It's my deepest pleasure to know him. So I shared that with him, and again, he said he knew that. So we talked a little bit about, the transcending, and I didn't have a sense that this was something that was like immediately. And I'm asking my guides for a little bit more information on that. And they're telling me that this is a message to him. It's a message of a preparedness. They're giving him the opportunity to prepare for things that are about to come in his life. So again, it became a little emotional for both of us, and we calmed down and we proceeded to go on. And I was suddenly, I'm going to use the word dumped, because it was like I was outside of him and suddenly, boom, I was inside of his heart. I was inside of the right upper chamber. And I'm very aware of his heartbeat, like the pulse. And something just doesn't feel right about it. Now, I had anatomy and physiology many, many, many years ago, but by no means am I an expert on the heart. But I know something's not right there. And then suddenly, I'm outside of his heart and I'm on the back, would be the back right side of his heart. And I'm being shown a coronary vein. And what was interesting was my vision inside of my mind, they're showing me from the top of the heart to the bottom. Again, the top to the bottom, top to the bottom, top to the bottom. And there's something they're trying to tell me. I know that this is a message. There's significance to this. So as you get towards, I'll say halfway down the heart, the coronary vein kind of spiders off. That's normal. Everybody has that. But what was interesting was the bottom, that what I could see as the bottom of that vein became a tail. And the tail was trying to move, and it really couldn't. It couldn't move the way it wanted to move. So suddenly I'm back inside of the heart again. And then I realized what didn't seem right to me earlier was actually that his valve isn't working properly. And that's why that pulse, that heartbeat, there was something about it that wasn't right. That's what it was. The actual valve wasn't working, functioning as it should have been. So I shared this with him, and I made him promise me that he would call a cardiologist as soon as he got home. And I said, and I'm going to call you in a couple of days, and I want you to tell me when your appointment is. Like, this is really important. You have to make this call and make the appointment. He promised me that he would. So a bunch of other stuff came in the session, but at one point, after all of this had taken place, I said to him, as I say to a lot of people, does anything about what I said to you make sense? Does it resonate with you? And he said, yes, it did. And I felt compelled to ask him why he was here in my office for the session, because it just became clear to me that this wasn't just a present for his birthday, although it did indeed turn out to be the best birthday present ever. But he shared with me that as he goes up steps, he has 3 flights in his home, and by the time he gets to the 2nd step, he gets a lot of pressure in his neck. Well, that really, really concerned me. Between what he said and what I saw, I please don't wait. Please make this appointment. So about a week and a half later, he calls me and he said, I just left the cardiologist. They did all kinds of tests. And guess what? I need an aortic valve replacement. And I was shocked. I mean, I was amazed and shocked at the same time, because I knew what I had seen. How did I see that? How did I know that? I mean, of course, it's intuition. It's medical intuition. But the confirmation was frightening as well as, just amazing to me. And he said, and remember, you said you were behind my heart and you saw that coronary vein? He says, well, out of my 4 coronary veins, they're all blocked. But that one that you said was in the back is 90% occluded. So this was really an incredible session. I am absolutely thrilled to share with you that he did have surgery. He had his aortic valve replaced, and he is here and he is doing amazingly well. And I am so grateful to have been a part of that session, because I just don't know where he might be in 6 months from now if he hadn't come in, and if my guides hadn't shown me inside of his heart. So I feel really blessed to have him as the dearest friend and to have been a part of the best birthday gift ever. I hope that you enjoyed my story, and if you're interested in a session, go to my website, risehypnosiscenter.com, click on the Medical Intuitive, and you can book a session. It would be my deepest pleasure to work with you.